Okay, we're gonna have you roll persuade. We can roll with advantage because Dirk actually likes you. Can you roll again?
Hmm?
You can roll with advantage.
Persuade,
Wait,
not
you got
perception.
a 20.
Whoops. Oh.
Wait, at 24, you only got an 18 plus 6. That's all you have to persuasion. Wow, Connie's not very persuasive.
Dell has way less than that.
You can't have less than that. 6 is because you have to have your character around.
That's what I have.
Oh, maybe that is. Wait, maybe that is what I have.
I,
Oh, never
I
mind.
have,
Never mind. I take it back. My charisma gives me
I,
plus 10.
yeah.
My charisma is the garbage.
Okay, so Dirk, pulls the generator off of his belt. Says, "Here you go."
Thanks. I'll try to get it back to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'd like to have it in case the Rabid Rancor show up.
Understandable. Well, see you soon, I hope. May the force be with you.
He looks sort of confused. Thanks, you too?
Just, smiling at him, I don't know.
Okay, he goes back into the room.
And I head out. And at this point, I might start being sneaky. So let's see how that goes. Should I use my stealth generator for this? Nah, it's not outright. It's just more being, what's the word? Not the word I was thinking of, but okay. Inconspicuous, that's it.
The giant cat Jedi is inconspicuous. All right.
Like, I'm
Yeah, look
supposed
at
to
that.
be...
That's a pretty good roll.
I'm supposed to be wandering through here. It's
Okay.
okay. Nothing
So-
going on.
Yeah, so why don't the three of you just try to describe exactly what you're doing, or... I don't know, this is a little bit tricky. Because we have to try to stop you without metagaming at all. And if you say exactly what you're doing before we say what everyone else says they're going to try to do to stop you.
Can I just talk to Dirk, please?
Sure, you
Can I
talk
get to
Dirk.
that point now?
Sure.
Dirk, have you seen Kalani?
Yeah, she was just in here. She wanted to borrow my stealth field generator for a little bit.
You gave it to her, didn't you?
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Dirk. Can you go try to see if you can talk to her? She's about to do something really stupid.
Oh, that's not good.
Uh,
Okay, how about all of you whisper me what you're going to be trying to do, so I can try to see how that works out in time sequence so we can make some rolls.
Because it's doing what because it's been doing.
You're not going to try to find them?
I don't even know what the other guys are doing in regards to that. They just told me to do these things. I'm busy looking up information.
Well, I mean, Bob was the one who told you all that stuff, so you know what the others are doing. I guess I guess you just don't care.
Pretty much.
Okay, you can make you can make a use computer roll then.
I mean, if the others ask for my help, then I'll probably do something, but I think they've just assumed that I'm on the same wavelength as them. Wow.
Ow.
Seriously? The dice!
Ow.
The dice!
No,
Shenanigans!
No. I think you just have little Bob do it instead.
I'm not even sure what this is for anymore,
How
but
do you want to see
shenanigans.
Little Bob try to do that? He doesn't even have use computer as a skill.
Or better yet, you
Right.
damage his shield so then he goes out and tries to look for Kalani.
No, what's happened is that his new personality from the damage has leaked through, and he's just talking about eating cats right next to me. He just wandered into the room and started talking about eating cats, and that's why I can't focus. And so I'm having a long conversation with Bob about how he needs to watch out for his little brother better, and seriously fix this annoying problem.
Gerard.
Good. Good.
This is why you're not going on the stealth portion of this mission.
Yeah. Gerard is a wall. He is not a stealth person. He is a wall. It could be worse. I could take a quote from a video game developer who said, "I am a grenade."
Okay, so first Edith just calls all three of you guys on comms. It says, "What do you think all of you are doing? Stop this foolishness."
I ignore.
Uh-oh, we've been made.
Is that in your head, or do you say that out loud?
In my head.
Wait, Eagle, you need to PM me what you're doing right now.
Who? What?
Eagle PM.
What is
Kyra.
Kalani doing? Just whisper me on TeamSpeak.
My dear, I'm doing what needs to be done. Do not worry about us. We will be fine. That we will.
Yeah, that's not even close.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay, so Edith pulls up the security cams and says, "I can see all of you. Just come back here. Stop raiding the med bay, Ariel. That's not your property."
I ignore her as I continue to look for my quarry.
Delcom's Kalani. Kalani, remember, the shadows on you, the Sith are looking for you. You're planning on going to a Sith base, aren't you? So that's not going to be good if they capture you. Weren't you also tasked by the Jedi Council to deal with the shadow as well?
I click my comm unit as I'm searching, and I click key it to only my brother and Galion, I say, stick with the plan. They're gonna try and dissuade us. We know what we have to do. I'll meet you all outside.
Eder, you know what I will do.
Okay, Edith says, "Someone get to the med bay now and stop Ariel. And someone shut the hangar bay doors. Gerard's trying to escape." And she says, "I have no idea what Eagle is doing because Eagle hasn't PM'd me to tell me what she's doing."
Wherever she's going, I'm going to look at the screens and then try to head her off.
I am trying to get out of the base.
Kalani is heading to X. Someone go to X and stop her.
I'm.
Del heads out while he's still talking to her.
As I leave the med bay,
I step out of the shower soaking wet, still covered with soap, wrap a towel around my waist, grab my rifle, and run to the med bay.
With some awesome disco.
I couldn't really
Nah,
hear
so
what you were
hysterical.
saying.
Was that with the +4, Ariel? I
Nope.
mean, very okay. Yeah, so
36.
Ariel, you see Liam run down the corridor.
I make myself flat against the wall when I pass.
And he runs into the med bay. Okay, Gerard, the hangar bay door starts closing, so if you have acrobatics, roll that. Otherwise, make a dexterity check.
Really?
Why? Do you want to do something else?
John,
Yeah?
what? John, what?
I was in the shower.
But I thought we were talking to Edith still when this happened.
Yeah, but then Kyra said Kyra said
Everyone say what you're
what you're doing. I went and took a shower. I
Ah,
was in filthy hobo rags. I wanted to get out of them.
Yeah, he was wearing a hobo's clothes.
oh, right. Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Kyra.
It's combat.
Kyra, check your PM in TeamSpeak.
To be honest, I'd probably
That's-
rather just be running around in a towel rather than a hobo's clothes too after a shower.
Okay, so make a roll for that.
Okay.
Very.
I'm gonna get out of the shower and put filthy hobo clothes back on. That's madness.
That sounds about right.
100%.
Okay, yeah, so the door comes flying off the wall.
Being very helpful to the resistance right now.
It's supposed to be a small side door, not necessarily the large hangar door, but okay.
Well, I just said the door.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
necessarily
just
the hangar door.
I'm just
Okay,
clarifying for Kylar, just in
Oh,
case.
Yeah, okay, that makes me feel better. I was like, what are you doing?
Okay,
Hitting another
Kalani,
stealth
where
droid,
exactly
I
are
think.
you going? Like the front door? Or where are you trying to leave from? The way that you guys came in, which is the only way you know in or out of the base, so yeah, we're assuming that way.
Can
Were
I?
you talking to me then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds right. There were multiple people talking, and I don't know.
Yeah, so the door is closed when you get there.
Wonderful. Can I open it?
How do you try to open it? Why is someone shooting off fireworks?
What?
There's someone shooting off fireworks outside.
Okay.
Because America.
No, it maybe it's an Antifa riot.
What joy.
If you're living in California, you must be wary.
If it don't rhyme with America, I don't even carica.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay, as I hear that, I go towards Gerard's location. Can I pass by the women's quarters as I do?
In my head version of the base, No.
Okay, what am I passing by? What rooms that are open?
You're passing by the mechanics, like the engineering room, mechanics bay where Picasso is fixing the droids.
Anywhere else?
And then, yeah, actually you're pretty close to Edith's office.
Okay.
And then the other rooms are just, they're just like smaller, like conference. Other rooms aren't really used that much. Like,
That's fine. One of the conference rooms, whichever one's empty, I want to make it look like Kalani is in it, doing something, at a table or something.
okay. Do you have to make a roll for that, or how does that work? I forget.
And then I just keep on walking towards where my brother is. If I succeed, that will last 12 minutes.
Okay, so what is my status again?
So you're at the
The
front door of
door-
the base and it's closed.
Okay, what sort of door is this? Like a normal sized,
Yeah. a
Door.
normal door.
and
It
the
has
normal
electronic
ways.
locks.
So the normal ways of opening it are not working. I take it.
Mm-hmm.
That and Gerard has let you know
So-
there's a way out the base, or he has a way out the base.
Do I know where that is that he's talking about, and how to get there, and how far it is?
Yeah, it's on like the complete other side of the base.
Yay. So this door, how thick is it?
It's just an average door.
How long would it take to lightsaber?
Depends on how well you roll your attack roll.
I don't think it'd take too long to call in if it's just an average tour.
Lightsabers, why? It's supposed to be awesome. Why are you not awesome? Karath?
Yeah. According to this GM thingy, it says that metal doors have 50 hit points.
50?
But it doesn't account for rested, well-used doors.
There's that, and she's just wanting to open it, and
Well,
not
considering
kill
that
it.
wooden doors have 25 hit points.
Now that I would call
Shenanigans.
I mean, but like a punch can do like 5 or 6 damage, so like it with like no training whatsoever. So like, if it had too low, you'd just be able to punch through a door with your fist. And that doesn't
How
really
much
make
does
any
it kick?
sense.
Also, you have to take the time to like cut the outline of the door out, and you know that's not.
Not if you go for
Can't
the
you-
hinges.
Yeah,
This is true.
Or for where the lock is.
yeah, can't you just
Yeah, the
make a
hinges
little
and the
box?
That sort of thing.
Okay, let's see here. They have locks on here as well. They have good locks. Those only have 10 hit points. Okay. You slice the locks off the door.
And it opens! Yay! Lightsaber off, and I'm out of here.
Okay.
And stealth.
What just happened here? Oh, I didn't realize you could. Oh, you can't. Yes, I realized that, Kylar.
What?
I accidentally closed my chat, my whisper thing with Kylar. Okay, well, because this was already a scripted event, when you run outside Kalani, you actually see a Triani across the street, who's like folded up, cowering in like a ball crouching on the ground, being like beat up by two guys.
What?
Because who doesn't want more complications?
Yeah, why?
It was already gonna happen. I can't control it.
What?
If it lets me catch up to her and convince her to not go, that works for me.
I think you broke my brain. My brain cannot handle this.
Therefore, Kalani's
Yeah,
brain cannot
put
handle
it
it, and she's just
on
standing
here.
there.
Oh, why are there two of him now?
Shush.
Here he is. He's like blue furred. He's making very wounded, meowing sounds as they kick him. What do you do, Kalani? Kalani.
Sorry, I'm busy with the chat. And rolling on the floor laughing.
She's gonna do the smart thing and tell us, right? Right?
Right?
What?
Eagle, you wreck discipline. When it's your turn to do stuff, you don't get to look at teams. You gotta focus.
It's a chevron de spray.
Okay, now that I can mostly breathe again. How many attackers?
2.
2. What sort of attackers? What do they look like?
They just will roll perception. Yeah, one of them is human, the other one is a Twi'lek. They are
not
just
quite what I
wearing
meant.
just like some regular clothing.
So not like
they don't really
soldiers
have like
or
giant
whatever.
weapons or yeah.
Okay, let's forget about that stealth since this this happened. Lightsaber's staying out, and the other one's coming out, and I say in a rather growly voice, "Get away from him."
Yeah, they don't look over at you, they just keep kicking the guy. It's like across the street, so you're pretty far away. What do you want to do?
I am moving up towards them.
Okay. Yeah, as you approach, they see you with your lightsabers, and they like look around, and then they just sort of like start running off down the nearest alley.
That worked.
And the Triani sort of like, at this point he's like collapsed, like laying on the ground, and he like looks over at you, and you can't really tell. Like it looks like he's trying to say something, and then he just like falls. His head falls to the pavement.
Lightsabers put away. I go up to him, try to find out his condition.
Yeah, roll treat injury. Yeah, he looks like he probably has like several broken ribs, and
Ouch.
he's unconscious.
I will call Ariel and Gerard. Guys, I've got a bit of a situation out here.
Also, at this point, Dell runs out of the front of the building.
Of course he does.
I make sure my hood is over my face. And I walk over.
What is it? What is it, Kalani?
We're here as you need, that we are.
What's going on with Del?
He's walking over towards you. But you probably have enough chance to respond to them before I actually get there.
How is this Triani, dressed with, like, just civilian clothes as himself?
Yeah, he's just wearing like some very thin like pants and like a tunic, and it's like very dirty and beat up and like ripped and torn.
There's a Triani civilian who's been hurt. Oh great, and Del's catching up to me.
Then leave him for Del to take care of. I know it sounds harsh, but at least I don't think Del would leave someone to die. We have to go.
So I turn around to face Del, apparently. What is he, how close is he, and what is he?
Bad idea.
You're better off leaving Del and heading on to our mission. I agree with my sister. Go.
Is he still charging at me, or
I'm
what?
not charging at this point, I'm walking. Kalani, what happened?
He was being attacked.
And where are the attackers?
They ran off.
You had your lightsabers out, didn't you?
Del, I need to go. Help this guy.
You can't leave. If the Sith capture you, it will be a threat to everyone. They received their orders from the Council to do that. You received your orders from the Council to deal with the Shadow. And if you get captured, that's the opposite.
I'm heading away.
How far away is she?
And using stealth.
You can't use stealth unless you have like if you're in a direct line of sight from someone, you technically can't use stealth.
Even with the stealth field generator?
No, you need to have cover or some other distraction. Or
Doesn't it give you cover?
No. Unless it actually says that in the real rules. The thing is, we
What?
just use stealth field generators for not actually anything remotely close to what it says in their rule book. Is
I
there
know.
actually a rule book about them?
Yes,
What does
there
it
is.
actually say they do?
It says something. It's either cover or concealment. I'm pretty sure it's cover.
Yeah, it does both. It gives advantage to stealth, which is our rule, but it also gives you cover.
And we shouldn't we
Concealment.
roll initiative here?
Yeah, roll initiative.
That's unfortunate.
Go, Kalani, go.
Okay, so am I doing the stealth? So if I'm doing the stealth, I'm rolling again for the advantage.
Yeah, it grants concealment.
Like she could run behind a building and activate her generator.
Yeah,
That
I
too.
guess if it gives concealment, I guess you can do it then. Okay,
So close to a nat 20.
Dell, roll perception.
Don't you have advantage?
Seriously? Dice. Shenanigans.
You have higher athletics, you can outrun them.
Okay, so Kalani activated her stealth field generator as her standard action, then ran away as her move action.
Yep.
And then Dell, what do you do?
So I can see her.
Yeah.
Mm, um, um,
There's a guy dying on the road.
Yeah, but if he lets Kalani escape and she gets captured, that's infinitely worse.
Yep. You're right, it's so much better that you left the Jedi Order.
And also, he was stabilized, and he's just like laying there. But like, there are other people that can come help him in a couple seconds.
You don't know that he's stabilized.
Yeah, but I'm also not medically trained either.
You could go get help.
Yeah, I can calm after I deal with this too.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, this is only taking 3 seconds in combat, so you have to make a decision, and also it's only 3 seconds, or 6 seconds, however long combat is. I think it's 6 seconds.
Yeah, and I know, but it's like, I don't want to do what Dell would probably do.
I'm just saying.
What is
made the
what? Use
character.
mind
I know.
Kalani?
Well, I don't think I'm in range for that.
Okay,
he's
well, then
gonna-
what are you gonna do?
He's gonna attack her.
Force grip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
I
can
would
hold her
question.
completely motionless, like, and then I can just walk up to her, and yeah, nobody wants me to do that.
Yeah, I would question distance on that one.
Yeah,
I
that
think
one
that's
might-
12.
Also, the most ability of Darcy, please.
Kyreth, what's the range on force grip?
Oh, you wanted me to look it up?
I thought you said you were looking it up.
One target, 6 squares,
It's
and
12
minus
squares.
12 squares?
What?
Okay.
It says 12. Well, I'm not looking at the core PDF, I'm just using this thing. Does
One
it say
second.
6 in the core rulebook?
Okay, because I'm looking at the handout. Well, not handout, but quick sheets for the core rulebook.
Force grip. Are we talking about force grip?
Yes, not move
Yeah,
object.
in the book it says, 6 squares. But I
You
wonder
use
if
the
that was
force
a
to
run
choke
because
or
it's
crush your
squares.
enemy?
Well, I would not do the damage. It's like an immobilization thing.
That's
may
not
know.
what this is talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't say there's an option. You're talking more
And
like
anyway, it's within 6 squares.
I think the errata might have changed it because mine also says 12 squares within line of sight.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's entirely possible. Chances are it's 12.
But you have to go over her fort defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have rolled that with an intention of which thing meant which. I don't know what to do.
Congratulations, Kara, on a very aptly named session.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
What was the name again?
Decisions.
Ah. Yes! What was that
powers
session
do you
called?
have? I'm assuming you don't have move object.
I have move object too.
She within 12?
I mean, both. I can reach her with things.
Well, that's your decision. I would mind trick.
Mind trick
But-
only goes 6.
Not true.
Otherwise, I would. But also, I really don't want to mind trick the PC. I've really been trying to avoid that. Because that just doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's just like
Yeah.
a sledgehammer of your character can't do that. And I don't want to do that.
True. I mean, depending on if you limited it to at least talk with us a bit. Depending on the situation. But yeah, it's touchy to use that at all.
So that's what you're doing?
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
Force point? No, never mind. Can't do it.
Yeah, no way.
Dang.
And I'm only lifting you like slightly off the ground, so like it's not obvious that you're floating.
Ah, let me go!
I can't let you go, because I need your help.
Can you turn your
Sure.
lightsaber?
I'm not quite sure how that works without training specifically.
This is why grip is my favorite, because it gets rid of standard actions. It's better.
So I said, where?
Outside main entrance. I'm trying to stop Kalani from
Okay.
escaping. If the Sith capture her, they'll have part of the shadow.
Okay, yeah, I start running when he mentions the shadow.
Yeah, remember you can call us Kalani.
We'll do so. Guys, help! Del, grab me!
I start running to her.
Roger that. Heading your way.
Are you guys gonna run around the building? Or back inside through the building?
Around the building. But my stealth is still up.
Okay. Are you using Force Cloak, or are you gonna run all out?
I'll drop the cloak for now.
Okay. Because do you take the droids with you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is-
so it's gonna take
You know, I
because
I've got a kind of
tell the
weird
droids
idea.
to come with me and where to go, but I go ahead.
I've got a sort of a weird idea that I don't know if it's possible as a thing. It's not really in the rules sort of thing.
uh-huh.
I have Surge. Can I in any way use that to combat being held?
See, the reason that I made it so that you can't grip bosses with this is because it's OP, and the question is whether the
Yeah.
PC should have similar
Yeah,
immunities to it.
kind of think so. At least have ways out.
Note,
Yeah,
a
because
moving,
otherwise there's literally no way Kalani can get out of this.
note, a moving or a hovering or flying target uses opposes use the force with the grapple check. So if she wants
And
to
there's that.
oppose, she can.
That technically means like an object that can natively fly or hover.
Yeah. So if
Because it
it's like a
means, like,
car
if you're-
or something.
If
you
you're
can
like
fight.
grabbing like a droid that can hover, it can resist. But Kalani can't natively move herself in the air.
Well, I would have to maintain it technically, right? Or does this one not need maintaining? I don't remember.
Yeah, it needs.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It. Because of the vagueness of the rules, there's nowhere in there that says it needs to be maintained. It just says if you hit it into something and deal damage, then it can't be maintained. But yeah, you definitely have to.
I would say a good
Maintain
rule to
it.
do would be if you take damage, you have to roll to maintain it.
Oh, actually, never mind. You do have to keep. You have to re-roll every round.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
it
to
says you
re-roll
must
every
make a new use the force check every round.
round? Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, we've been doing that.
I
Except for
haven't-
like when we're not in combat, we don't do that.
Yeah, when we're not in combat.
But we rolled initiative, so we're kind of in combat.
We are in a struggle, conflict at least.
We're in a,
Not
we're
so
in a
much.
heated
Okay,
argument.
what I'm gonna say is, because for bosses it just ends after one turn. For PCs, I guess I'll go with that. Like every turn you're in it, you get like a +5, or alternatively, the person using it against you repeatedly gets like a -5, a cumulative penalty to keep trying to hold you, which represents your innate ability to like resist the force being used against you. So I guess that only applies to force-sensitive characters.
Yeah, but everyone has force points, so there's some.
Okay, so we'll just go with that for now. So it's going to take Bakaz and the droids 2 turns to reach you guys, and it's going to take Jiraj and Ariel 3 turns.
So I can't use Surge to try to get out of it preemptively.
Sure, we'll say using Surge can allow you to make an opposed grapple check. So you can use Surge.
Seriously, dice? Seriously? The dice hate me. Just so much shenanigans.
Yeah, you don't have any long-range powers to try to hit Del to deal damage, so he has to drop you, right?
There's the basic use the force, light objects thing. There's some debris around.
Turn
the
trash
street.
can at him.
Yeah, you can do
yeah.
that.
Yeah. What is the How do I do that?
Just roll use the force. If it gets over its reflex, then it deals 1d6 damage.
I think that goes over his reflex, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dell has to roll at least an 18 to continue maintaining it.
Does that include the 5 you were talking about? Seriously? Okay, no. You gotta be kidding me.
so
Shenanigans!
The dice don't want Kalani to escape, I don't think.
Okay, Dell, so now it's your turn. So now you have, if you want to maintain it, you have to re-roll with the -5.
Can I move her, since she did that, on that reaction maintain, can I move her, or can I only move her on this next reroll?
Yeah, only on the next re-roll.
Total shenanigans.
What's your reflex, Kalani?
It's will, isn't it?
No, that's reflex, I'm pretty sure.
Reflex is 28.
Oh wait,
What are you talking about?
It says use force versus
Yeah.
will if object resists.
yeah, it is will. It's only versus reflex defense if you're throwing it at something.
Oh yeah, the other target you're throwing at is the reflex defense.
What exactly is going on now?
He drops you.
Wait, what's
Or
your
you
will
break
defense?
free.
Wait, what's your will defense?
My will is 29.
No. Yeah.
Then he drops you.
So what's going on? I'm confused.
Run.
Why
Run
is
away.
he...
Yeah.
All your force powers are back though.
I mean, I didn't. Yeah, but it's a is it a standard action to maintain, or what is it to maintain
Yeah. Standard
Yep.
action maintain.
that?
Full speed ahead and tell us to
Run.
Too bad you used up surge, so you can't gain an extra 4 squares. Speed.
Force point to get it back.
That's true.
Don't forget to tell
Run.
us. Don't forget to tell us to keep going.
Okay, so you can move 12 squares.
Per movement.
Yeah, per movement.
So, bye! Full speed ahead.
So you can only move 12 total this turn because you have to.
What?
I think, is it a free action to use a force point to get your force power back, or is it a swift?
I think it's a swift action. I don't think it's a free action.
What? What? Doesn't make sense.
Like, is it? Can you just spend a force point for free to regain a force power?
Looking it up.
It might be it's a swift action. I'm pretty sure for to get a force power back.
I was not aware of that. Then I might as well just... I might as well get it back, wait till next turn to actually use it. I'm confused.
Oh, search can't be maintained. Oh. Yeah, what I'm reading online, because I can't look it up in the PDF because you can't text search that. It looks like it's a swift action. Oh wait, it says you can. Oh, in the book, I found it in the book. You can spend a force point as a reaction and immediately regain 1 spent force power. So yeah, so it is free. I like, it's strange that it says reaction, it should say free action.
I'm confused.
Yeah, so basically you can
You
run
can do what you're doing.
24 squares.
Yep. Bye. I'm gone. And do I have to redo stealth?
You don't have any actions left to reduce stealth.
Well, yeah. Next turn, maybe. What is stealth? What action is stealth?
The standard.
Eh?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, in order to perceive someone that's hidden, that's also a standard action. We don't ever do that. Because otherwise, Del would have only been able to see you, but not actually grab you. Because he would have had to use up his standard
Confused.
action just to see you. But anyways, we didn't never do that.
Confused.
Okay, this map is now far too small for this. Kalani is now 24 plus however many squares she was away, which I was sort of messed up because I was trying to move Del all the way over to the side of the screen so I
yeah,
could
what
move
was it?
Kalani 24 squares away.
I know it was over 6.
It doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, at some point, when after she's turned a few corners, she'll pause just long enough to get the stuff filled up.
Well, Del, technically, you'd only be... Because you can run 12 squares on your turn, so you'd only be 12 squares behind her. Or I guess if she was like 8 away from you, probably, you'd be like 20 squares behind her.
Well, I moved closer to her on my last turn, 6 squares.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you're only like 12, 14 squares away.
I'm confused.
Yeah, but then I would still be out of range, plus she was moving, plus, yeah, running creates a scene, plus, yeah, everything else.
Okay, so Kalani runs away.
Del goes to the...
And I
Triana.
calm the others. Okay, I managed to get away.
Del calms her. You're not thinking of the big picture here, Kalani. But may the force be with you.
I calm her back and give her the location of a building like 4 or 5 blocks away from the Sith base. And tell her that's where we're gonna meet.
Okay, so because you and the droids make it outside.
Look around. Is Kalani still visible, or has she gotten away? She got away, right?
I'm gone.
Well, didn't it say you take 2 turns for them to get out? So, like, there was the 1 turn for her to run. So shouldn't he also roll initiative to see if he sees her before she goes around the corner to stealth?
How far are these corners?
Oh, so you're saying that on the second turn, while she's still running away, he could run out of the building? If he has the higher initiative? Well, that's also assuming that she didn't, within her first 24 squares, move behind a building. Okay, so yeah, what do you guys do out there with the Triani?
I ask Dell where she is, what's going on, what do I do?
She got right around the corner. I was trying to hold her. She got out. But before she left, she said that this Triani was under attack. And it seemed to me that the attackers saw her lightsabers.
Oh, that's just great. Did you see where she went?
Around the corner. Any points? I'm not sure you'll be able to catch her.
Can you foresee where she's going to be before they do whatever it is they're planning to do?
Ooh, that's a good point. But I have to choose a specific time.
An hour from now?
already tried to Farsi Kalani once today and failed.
Was that?
Ah,
Did I try to do that? Oh wait, I did. But
So now she's
does-
immune for 24 hours.
yeah, but I can far see the other two.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
This
saying
is true.
you can't Farsi Kalani.
Well, what, you want an hour from now? I can do that. I think I can go to the future, right? That's a thing that
If you
happens.
spend a force point.
Size.
let's just do let's do like half an hour. It shouldn't take them that long to meet up.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do 10 minutes.
I'll help him if there's any way to help. I have the Farseeing power. I'm just not super good at it. I don't think he needs help.
So who are you using it on?
That'll be Ariel.
So you're looking 10 minutes into the future?
Yeah.
Okay, Ariel, where were you planning on being 10 minutes from now?
Wait, I said you said 30 minutes.
Unless I can make it to the building I spoke about in the next 10 minutes, I guess I'm still running with my brother.
And where were you trying to go? I forget.
A building that's about 5 blocks away from the Sith base that looks somewhat abandoned. Because I'm assuming if I have the plans for the base.
Wait, you're
I
gonna
should-
run to
Well.
the Sith base? Okay.
No,
That's
no.
fine.
A building, an abandoned building about 5 or so blocks away from it.
Okay, but still. That's gonna take a long time.
We won't be running the whole time. It's just gonna be
That's
like.
why I was laughing about the running part. You're gonna be very tired when you arrive.
Yes, okay. I am walking stealthily in the streets with my brother.
What about me?
Okay.
Where am I?
We're trying to meet up with you.
Yeah, so Dell, you see her and actually, can you see the surroundings with? Yeah, I guess you'd probably be walking close enough together that you can see both Ariel and Gerard walking down the sidewalk.
Any street names?
Well, you only get the immediate surroundings, so
Yeah, but if they're like standing kind of close to like a thing that has the street name on it.
okay, we're gonna roll a luck roll because the odds that they would be that close to a sign right when you were looking at them.
Yeah, I'm aware. Or just any sort of defining things like a store sign or anything else that we can use to track them. Because stores have unique names.
Yeah, I'd say luck roll as well.
Apparently not.
All I can tell is they're walking down a street. I can't tell where they are. I don't think it's worth pursuing them anymore. We'll create more of a distraction in the streets. Anyway, I'm concerned that these ruffians that saw Kalani with their lightsabers out might work its way up the Sith chain of command, and this base might be compromised. We need to move.
Well, we can find her later. Yeah, if they come searching here, they'll find that hacked open door that's obviously been cut open by a lightsaber.
Yeah, they'll find everything. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, we
And
need to
he'll-
evacuate this position.
And I'll check on the Triani.
I will calm. Edith is her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell her that our position is probably compromised. We should start evacuating to another base.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, Kalani ignited her lightsabers outside in the streets and some thugs ran off. Also, one of your doors has been lightsabered off.
Lightsabered open. I
Open.
lightsabered the lock.
This is very serious. We'll begin evacuating immediately.
We've also I'll come in. We've also got an injured Triani out here, but it's the one the ruffians were beating up. What should we do with him?
If we help him, then he can tell us whether or not those guys likely reported us. Then maybe we could salvage this location at a later point. I have the comms open to her as I'm saying this.
I'm just doing this to see what shape the Triani's in.
Yeah, he looks pretty bad. He's unconscious. And like very ragged breathing.
Yeah, can I put him in a force trance?
Sure. We'll use the force. Okay, he goes into a force trance.
Okay, he should be stable. Because can you move him? Can you help me move him?
Sure.
So are you saying we should take him with us in our evacuation, or what are you guys doing with him?
Well, that's true. The force trance should help him heal enough if we can hide him somewhere. The problem is, I think he saw Kalani's lightsabers as well. So,
Yep. Just take him. We'll find out what we can do with him later.
but I don't want to make us look like kidnappers.
Yeah, we have enough trouble as it is. Kidnapping is the least of our worries.
Where's the nearest medical facility?
She gives you some location that she knows, but I don't.
How close is it? GM, how close is it?
Hold on, I'm checking.
Size.
Yes, because I wrote that in my notes about the rebel base. It is exactly this long from the nearest medical facility.
Well, if you're gonna have a guy get mugged outside of it,
Okay, 4
Clearly.
miles.
4 miles. Papakas, do you think we could get him there?
It's better just to take him with us.
Is there anybody else in the street?
No.
Let's
What
get
about-
inside regardless.
Yeah, that's true. And what about cameras?
You can roll perception, but one would assume since this is the entrance to the resistance base that they
Oh, there wouldn't be
already
cameras?
thought of that.
You never can be too careful. Oh, now I roll on that 20. Sure, on the meaningless roll. Where there
Yeah,
probably
so
weren't
you see
cameras
some
anywhere.
spots where it looks like there maybe used to be cameras, or maybe there are like some cameras that are covered up. But like, this is a pretty back street. It's not very well traveled. Obviously, they wouldn't want to have a super traveled, well attended and visible street to the entrance of their base. So yeah, it doesn't look like anyone caught notice of that on camera or in person. Why does Eagle hate me?
Because you set me up in the position to have to bail on this guy.
Hey, I didn't set you up in
Leaving-
that position. He was already written to the story way before you guys
Uh-huh.
came up with your plan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And now I'm leaving his care up to these idiots.
Typical.
Yeah, that wasn't
yeah,
one
no
for
responsibility.
Echo, what? My ears. I have no idea what you guys are saying.
I was saying, yeah, that wasn't really in the plan. Okay, so the Resistance begins their emergency protocols to relocate everything to one of their other bases.
Yeah. John, if you want to suggest calling the ambulance, they'll probably go with that, but he's kind of razzled at the moment, so he probably wouldn't think about it.
I'm dripping soap in the med bay with my rifle, wondering what's going on. That's
Yes,
where
that's
true. Because nobody knows what's even happening.
Kaz hardly knows what's happening, so he can't blame him.
I'll calm I'll calm John too. Like, Kalani got away with the other Jedi, but she scared off a couple thugs from beating up somebody outside using her lightsabers. So our position is compromised. We have the civilian in our care, and he's not doing well. But I'm not sure we can take him with us either.
Then don't. Leave him.
We can take him with us and then drive him somewhere far away and drop him off, and he will never know where the other location is.
He's your baggage. Do what you want.
You know,
So wait.
you're making me more and more glad that I left you guys.
So wait, he looks like Kalani? The same race?
Uh-huh.
Oh no. Keep I-7 away. Somebody stop I-7.
Do you think I know anything about what Cathar looks like?
Triani.
Yeah, he's
No, I know. I'm asking for a specific reason. Or
Well,
There are
Cathar are
differences.
fairly common. 13 is really bad roll.
Yeah, but they don't look anything like
sure.
Cathar. Like, they're really different.
There
He
are
wasn't
quite a
asking,
few
he just
differences.
asked if he knew what Cathar looked like, so we'll say that he does.
They're not common
Okay.
anymore. They were
Okay.
eradicated a decade ago.
Oops.
well, yeah, I have an interest. So my vote's in, helping him for now.
Okay, I guess if we can take him with us in their space. But I don't like the idea of keeping a civilian hostage, basically.
Not hostage, we're gonna fix him up and
Here, guy, we
Ask
saved you
him
from these
and let
guys
him
who are
go.
beating you up and breaking your ribs. AKA, we're keeping you hostage by giving you medical treatment and not leaving you in a force trans behind a dumpster in a back alley. Wow, we're so criminal.
Well, but we might not let him leave because he knows about the resistance. That's my problem. Anyway, carrying on. Yeah, we should just...
Well,
Alright,
there
we're
were
gonna
plenty of suggestions on what to do to avoid that, like dropping him off at a different location or something.
Yeah, we're gonna just evacuate now. That sounds good.
Evacuate with him?
I guess because wants... Yeah, with him.
Okay.
And he'll be in a force trans for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna call it a break night here. After whatever just unfolded here tonight. I do not know.
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing. Next session that we play, I'm going to kill a Sith, or I'm going to kill a GM.
You killed a Sith this session.
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Some little wiener flunky guy.
He had awesome
Counts?
armor.
I think you should do the session where they try and capture this guy separately from next session.
You should feel honored. The Red is a commando, and he sent a whole squad of commandos after you.
Yeah, you almost died.
Yeah, but now we get to assassinate somebody, so the other people should hurry up and fail.
If you can get here in time, we're not gonna fail.
This is true. Remember, I have a 9-story telekinesis arranged, so think about that.
Yeah, we're gonna push him out.
Right
of the
now, I
window
just
with
need
the
to
grate.
make a 10-story building map.
No, make it like 20. Make it 20, or at least.
Don't do it separately. I don't want to miss that.
That's true. But then we might not get to the point where you get to kill Sith.
Whether they succeed or fail, it's going to be hilarious either way.
That's true. That's true.
Whether see that's one of my like guiding lights for this character is whether they win or lose, I win.
Not wrong in this scenario.
I mean, you do remember I scared off a group of people with fake wasps. I have pretty high hopes for this.
The bees! The bees!
Not to me! Well, anyway, that's going to close us out tonight. Thank you for joining us here, players. Awesome night. We get to see chaos unfold. How big is the boom going to be? Because it's going to be awesome, I hope. Those of you who are joining in on YouTube, I hope y'all stayed through and watched the whole thing. Get set for next time, because this is going to be a very interesting story. All right, y'all have a good night, and God bless.